The next nama onwards, from 272nd nama, it describes about the cosmic form of the Lord. So in that, the 272nd nama is Naika Rupaha. Tat tat sarva pratiti yogya rupo Naika Rupaha. So, now at various instances, he assumes and takes various forms and shapes. So, whichever form, in Skanda Puranam it is said, to protect his devotee, he did not come as Deva, Manusha, Gandharva, Tiryak. He came as a tree because the devotee wanted shade. He was suffering from the scorching sun. So he came as a mango tree so that he could also be useful as fruits. So then Mahalakshmi also came with him. She was called Kubjambram. So the Lord comes in many forms, many ways to help his devotees. So he is called as Naika Rupaha. The next nama is Brihat Rupaha. What does Brihat Rupaha mean? Aishvaikaikameva dig vyomavakasham vyapnuvat brihadrupam asyeti. For every form he takes, be it Vamana, Trivikrama, Nisimha, Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Naranarayana, Hamsa, Hayagriva, Dhanavantri, whichever form he takes, Yeshvaikaikameva dig vyomavakasham vyapnutvat. Every avatara, every form he has the ability to pervade till the sky. Vyomavakasham brihadrupam asyeti. Since he can go till that form which is huge, Brihat, he is called Brihadrupaha. Next is Shipivishtaha. Shipayaha Rashmyaha. What does Shipayaha means? The rays of the sun. It's Rashmyaha, light. Now, Tana Sampravishto Vyaptavaniti. In those rays of the light also he has pervaded. He is just not the sun. He is within the rays of the sun. Next, Prakashanaha Idam Yeva Divyarupam Didrikshubhyaha Arjunadibhyosau Prakashayatiti. Now, while he showed his huge cosmic form on the battleground of Kurukshetra, Arjuna couldn't see it. Then the Lord said, I will give you a set of pair of divine eyes. Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. Now look at me. The one who can bless his devotees with the divine eyes, thereby making them experience his cosmic form. Like how he did with Arjuna in Krishna Avatara. In that case, he is called Prakashanaha. Next is 276th nama. Ojas tejos dyutidaraha. Ojaha balam. Strength. Tejaha, which has got Paramarthinam, which has got Parakramam, Bhavana Samarthyam Kirtiva, then Dyutihi Aujvalyam. So in that case, he will come with immense light. So be it the strength, be it the Paramarthyam, the immense valor he has, or be it the radiance he has, all of them will come at one go. He doesn't need another object to show where he is. He is Swayam Prakasha. He comes with all these attributes. Ojas Tejo Dyutidaraha is this nama. Next is 277th nama. Prakashatma Mukhairapi Sampratipanna Paraprabhavaha Prakashatma. Now, even for people like me who are fools, even for fools, Mudhairapi, even for us, he will showcase his magnificent form. He will showcase his radiant, effulgent form. So, Murkhairapi, even for people like me, Sampratipanna Paraprabhavaha Prakashatma. He will ensure that he will showcase himself in full. Pratapanaha. Bhasasta Vograha Pratapanti iti Pratapanaha. Now, he will ensure that he will remove the fear of all the entities around him. At the same time, he will give radiance to it. Radiance is heat. He will also cool it down. So at one point in time, he will ensure there is radiance. Bhasasta Vograha Pratapanti. If he wants, he will let everything burn, be radiant. So he is called Pratapanaha. If he wants, he will let everything be radiant and be burning. Next is Ruddhaha. Evam Kulam Udvahat Parnarnava Iva Ruddhaha. Now, in certain times, see the ocean, sea and beaches that we go is constant in a certain way. That is, we will know this is the shore, that is water. But what may change on certain days? Let's take the full moon day, Paurnima. And then let us take the new moon day, which is Amavasya. Be it on Amavasya or Paurnima, generally there will be a weather indication, there will be an alert. Do not go near the sea, the tides will be very high. Since the tides are very high, it will look as if the ocean is disturbed. But who actually controls that ocean? He says, Evam Kulam Udvahat Parnarnava Evam Ruddhaha. In those Parvani, he will make even the sea waters rise. He is called Ruddhaha. Next, Spashtaksharaha. Anayadvarya Pratipadyaya Spashtikrita Vedakshara iti Spashtakaraha. Now, he is clearly seen with his Rupam, Swarupam, Gunam, Vibhavam, just not in many temples or in our Puranas, in every Aksharam of the Vedam. So, if you say Antar Bahischa Tat Sarvam, he is there in An, Tar, Bha, Vis, Cha, Ta, T, Sarvam. He is there in Prati Aksharam. Since he is replete, complete, fully present, absolutely decked and a repository of qualities in every letter of Vedam, he is called as Spashtaksharaha. Next is the 281th Nama, Mantraha. Tan Mantaram Trayati Iti. To those of them who meditate upon him, for them, he will make them realize the way to attain him or meditate upon him, which is mantra. And in the mantra, whatever is the meaning will be clearly seen to the devotee. To the practitioner, since he opens up with the mantra and its meaning and showcases or illustrates to him, he himself is the mantra. So that is why it says, Tan mantaram trayati iti mantraha. So he is the mantra himself. Mantra is no different from the Lord. Be it the Ashtakshara Mahamantram, Dvaya Mahamantram, Charama Shlokam, all these mantras, Dvadasakshari, Panchakshari, everything, he is the mantra in it. Now, 282nd Nama, Chandramshuhu, Tesham Mantrinam Klamahara, Ahladana Tejastvat Chandramshuhu. So, for those of them who are burning because of the heat, for them all, he is the cool nectarine like rays of the moon. Since he is the moon, he gives the radiance of the moon, and the moon has come from him. Chandrama Manaso Jataha, he is connected with the moon. So, he is called Chandramshuhu. Now, the moon is over. Then the next one will be waiting. Bhaskara Dyutihi. So, Paresham Paribhavuka Prabhavatvat Bhaskara Dyutihi. For those of them who trouble the devotees of this world, he will ensure that he showers his hot scorching rays and drive them away. So, he is the one who protects his devotees from the enemies by being Bhaskara Dyutihi. Initially, he was Chandramshu, he is Bhaskara Dyutihi. Chandra Kshetram is Mayavaram in the south of India. It is called as Indu Kshetram. There is another Kshetram called Kumbhakonam, which is the Bhaskara Kshetram. So one is Bhaskara Kshetram, Bhaskara Dyutihi. Mayavaram is Indu Kshetram, Chandramshuhu. This is the way we can understand. We can go to the next Nama. Amritam Shudbhavaha. Sarvatapaharapyayana Amrita Sanjeevana Amritayamshuschandropi Tanmanaha Shaityadi Gunopasnehat Tatod Bhavatiti Amritam Shudbhavaha. Now, he will be present in the minds and hearts of people, of those who meditate upon him, with two important characteristics: nectarine like rays, at the same time cool rays of the moon. So, Amritam Shudbhavaha. So, it says, Tatod Bhavatiti Amritam Shudbhavaha. So, he will ensure that there is a feeling of Amrita and Shitamshuhu in the heart. Now, coming to the next Nama, which is Bhanuhu. Ati Bhasvarena Sahasramshuna Api Upajivya Teja Bhatiti. Now, he is the one who gives the power to the sun to brighten up the world. Remember this, the Lord is present as a Madhyavarti of the sun. Dheyas Sada Savitri Mandala Madhyavarti. He is there within it. Then he radiates the entire place with the rays. So he is called Bhanuhu. Next is Shasha Binduhu. Shashanam Kutilagatinam binduhu apalapita. So, for those of them who go in a different path, there he will ensure that they are annihilated for a variety of reasons. For example, Sishupala, he went on misbehaving with women, disrespecting elders, disrespecting the very parents of Krishna. He had promised to forgive Shishupala's 100 mistakes. At one point in time, Krishna in the Rajasuya Yajna with his Sudarshana Chakram killed Shishupala. Now, after this, listening to this episode, one Sishya asked his Acharya, see, you say that Shishupala was given the final abode of Vaikuntham, but after he is scolding Krishna, whereas you say it will take janmas together for a bhakta to attain Vaikuntham. Why can't we follow Shishupala's path? Well, Shishupala was against Krishna. He did so, but he attained Vaikuntham. How? The Acharya said, Krishna did not grant Vaikuntham or Moksham or did not kill him because he was impressed with Shishupala. But he thought, if I leave Shishupala for some more time on this earth, he is capable enough to create many more Sishupalas, so I have to release him from the clutches of this earth. So this was done. So Shashanam Kutila Gatinam. So for those of them who are in the crooked path, Binduhu Apalapita. He will ensure that he annihilates them. Next is the Nama, 287th Nama, Sureshwaraha. Tatha Riju Gatinam Nirvahakaha Sureshwaraha. For those of them who walk in the righteous path, who walk in the path adhering to Dharma, in that place he is always a support to them. Aushadam Bhavati Bhavativra Vishapaha Prabhavatvat Aushadham. Now, he will ensure that the poison in our samsara, which is forcing us to enjoy samsara, but at the same time not giving us the enlightenment that this is bad for us, for them, for us. In that case, when there is a poison, we need a medicine. So the Lord becomes the medicine. The medicine is, the moment His grace falls on us, we will know that the samsaram is not the place to be and we have to attain Him. So He is the medicine. Aushadam. Next is Jagadas Setuhu. Evam Sadasadvarga Sankara Virodhitvena Jagatas Setuhu. So there are certain acts which are good, there are certain acts which are bad. So here the Lord will become the Setu and tell us which is to be separated from what. So He acts like a Hamsa bird or the Paramahamsa who are the Acharyas. Since He demarcates the good from the evil and actually constructs a demarcating wall saying that do this, do not do that. So He does the Setu there. So He is called Jagata Setuhu. He is not specific to any geography or any community. He is the Jagata Setuhu for the entire world. Satya Dharma Parakramaha. Evam Vidha Dharmaha Kalyana Gunaha Parakramaha Cheshtitani Cha Satya Avitatha Yasya Saha. So there is Dharma which coupled as Kalyana Gunas, and then there is Parakrama which then shows in his activities Cheshtitani. Both together are combined here. Satya Dharma Parakramaha. So is Parakrama, Satyatva is combined. Satya Dharma Parakramaha. Next is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavan Nathaha. 291th Nama. Evam Prayam Swamyaishwaryam Va Na Kevalam Adya Kintu Trikaleshu Iti Bhuta Bhavya Bhavan Nathaha. So, in all three periods of time, be it the past, be it the present, or be it the future, Trikaleshu Swamyaishwaryam Va Na Kevalam Adya. He will show that he was Swami. He will ensure there is prosperity at all points in time. Since he is the controller, it is said, Bhuta Bhavya Bhavan Nathaha. You should remember the fourth name that I spoke before. Bhuta Bhavya Bhavat Prabhu. There he is a Prabhu. He is Bhuta Bhavya Bhavan Nathaha. He is the leader. So, the meaning could be similar in all points of time. past, present, future, but there is a slight difference in the way he distributes his activities. Next is Pavanaha. Evam sarvada sarvatra swabhavadeva punatiti Pavanaha. Now, he is the one who naturally, casually goes to every nook and corner and spreads himself as air. So he is called as Pavanaha. Next is Pavanaha. Tatha swasambandhino gangadine jagat punanat prayojatiti Pavanaha. What is the way to purify us? What is the way to purify our minds? It is only through Ganga. He says, Bhagavad Gita Kinchita Dhita Bhagavad Gita Kinchita Dhita Ganga Jalalava Kanika Pita Bhagavad Gita Kinchita Dhita Ganga Jalalava. Ganga Jalam is so important because it has the association of Narayana's feet, Brahma's kamandalam, and Shiva's hair. So, matted locks. So, Ganga has association with all the three. She flows in three directions, Tripathaga. So, that Ganga, equivalent to that Ganga, he says, Gangadine Jagat Punanat Prayojatiti Pavanaha. So, he is the one who can give purity, more purity than what Ganga does. It is Pavanaha. The verse I recited was from Mohamudgaram Bhajagovindam by Adi Shankara Bhagavad Pada. Next is 294th Nama. Analaha evam bahumukham upakritya chanalam na paryaptam asyanugraham mahimeti. So, now for his devotees he says paryaptam. He wants to bless his devotees, he does that. But after that also he feels, I have not done enough, I should do more. Towards the end of Krishna Avataram, Uddhava goes and asks Krishna, Krishna, you have taken one of the best avatars till date. You were an acharya, you were a friend, you were a husband, you have played every role. How do you feel about this avataram? Have you achieved your purpose? Krishna says, I have not achieved one small purpose. When Draupadi called out my name, Hey Govinda, Hey Krishna, Hey Dwaraka Nilayachyuta, while she was about to be humiliated, I took a few extra minutes to respond to her. I should have responded immediately. A few seconds or minutes I came delayed. I feel I shouldn't have delayed that. So at every moment the Lord feels what he has done is not enough. He wants to do more. This process of the Lord thinking of doing more is called analaha. Next is kamaha. Evam prakara swaguna darshinam vishayantara vishayaspriham hantiti kamaha. Now, to those of them who start desiring the Lord, he will ensure that their mind doesn't go elsewhere and is controlled within this ambit of the Lord, spirituality and devotion. So that Lord who helps in keeping the devotee under a certain periphery to lead a disciplined way of life is called kamaha. Next is kamakrit. Anyad api bhoga mokshadikam swayameva kamyam karoti. Now, he will ensure that those who have surrendered to him will have moksham one day or the other. If not today, one day before this janma is over, based on the upayam that they have done. So he starts thinking in the lines that the kaustubhasthananiya jivatma, which is now in the panchabhautika shariram in this world, has to attain him back. This thought in him makes him work for the welfare of the devotees. So he is called kamakrit. Next is kantaha. Swayam saundarya saukumaryadi rupa gunaihi kantaha. He will ensure that saundaryam saukumaryam, saundarya saukumaryadi rupa gunaihi kantaha. Because he showcases saundaryam. Saundaryam is entire beauty, part by part beauty, avayava shobha. Lavanyam is entire beauty, samudaya shobha. So if part by part a person is beautiful, eyes are beautiful, nose are beautiful, a nose is beautiful and the ears are beautiful, he has got a broad chest, if she is there, she's got a thin hip. All these individual forms of appreciating the beauty in a person, be it a man or the woman, is saundaryam. Overall, if the person is good, it becomes lavanyam. So this here it says saundarya saukumaryadi rupa gunaihi kantaha. So he is the one who showcases all these gunas and is very handsome. Kantaha. Next is kamaha. शीलौदार्य दयादिभिः आत्मगुणैश्च निकाम कमनीयत्वात्. Sheela means good quality. Here it means saushilyam, his ability to be accessible to his devotees. Dayadibihi, mercy. Paradukha nivartakatvam, that ability in him where he wants to remove the fears in his devotees. So that is daya. So where his mercy comes naturally. Atma gunaischa nikama kamaniyatvat. So this is that meaning. And 299. Kama pradaha swakamebhyaha kshudrakamyebhyascha yatharham kamyam pradadati iti kama pradaha swakamebhyaha kshutrakamebhyascha. Now, there are devotees who may desire the Lord himself. There are devotees who may desire moksham, for which they have to attain Vaikuntham and then do kainkaryam, services to him. There are certain devotees who may say that I am happy in this mundane world. I want 1 or 2 cars. I want 1 or 2 houses. I want little things that I desire in this life, material life. So whether be it the wishes of the devotees in the material life or in Vaikuntham, which is moksham, emancipation, whichever way it is, the Lord grants it. So he is kama pradaha swakamebhyaha kshutrakamebhyascha yatharham kamyam pradadati iti kama pradaha. 300th name, which is Prabhuhu anaya nitanta kantataya sarvahridaya harane prabhava iti Prabhuhu. Anaya nitanta kantataya. Now, because of the gunas that he has expressed and exhibited, anaya nitanta kantataya, he brings about that affection and love in his devotees as the one who is a repository of qualities. Sarva hridaya harane. With his qualities, he will be able to steal the hearts of people. One of the mystic saints in the Tamil tradition was actually a ruler in Kerala. His name was Kulashekara. So he says, while visiting one of the abodes of the Lord, he says, if I go to this temple, after having a glimpse of the Lord, I come back. Then I realize that I have forgotten something. What is it? He asks. He answers, while having a glimpse of the Lord, without my knowledge, I left my mind and heart there and came. Kandavartam manam valangum kandaburatten karumaniye. So he says, Prabhuhu anaya nitanta kantataya sarva hridaya harane prabhavati iti Prabhuhu. So he is the Prabhuhu. So this is the name that beautifully talks about how sarva hridaya harane, how he is able to captivate the hearts of his devotees.